Why are you bringing in your guns? Just you don't use them, or?
Well, I haven't fired them in 30 years, and I'm afraid somebody's going to come in and break in and maybe take them.
Yes.
Get them up here.
Here's going to be our first contact. Paul's over here, makes contact, tells them what we're doing, where we're at, how much time is going to be, it's going to take to get through the process. Asks what kinds of guns or how many, and then that's passed off to the next staging area. Point it into there, clear the weapon, open it, make sure that the weapon is clear, that there's no ammunition. If there is, the ammunition is taken and given to a bombs and arson person that we have on scene, who specializes in explosive and the ammunition that we take. After it's cleared here, we take it immediately into our armors. Our armors are our experts or our specialists on the weapons that we have. They're taken in there, they're inspected. They're inspected for firing pins if they're an automatic weapon, which we've had already. We've had a lot of revolvers, some of them are rusted shut, so they're doing the final inspection here. We take a picture of that? Sure, we'll walk through when we get a second. I'll show you. Once they're here, the armor will tell them, okay, this is this type of weapon, it's an automatic or it's a semi-automatic, and they'll give them the price. A card is issued. I'll show you one of the cards when we get closer to that person in the vehicle. They take that card, they go down to our Bureau of Administration, which is handling all the Stater Brothers cards that we're paying with. And the exchange is made there, and then they're free to go. Most of them are actually pulling into the parking lot and spending those money. Like we said before, it's a great tool for these people that are on a fixed income to get to the weapons they're not using.
So why are you bringing your guns today?
We don't need them.
Great, and what do you think about this buyback program?
I think it's great.
Great, so extra cash in your pocket, right?
Extra cash for food.
I don't think you care. It's just an old piece of junk revolver, an old Saturday night special. It's probably 100 years old, so I need them for food is what I need.
Great.
Certificates of the gift cards. Just put it in
They're all in increments of $50.
Spread it. Spread it. Find it.
So they get a card like this, and it's like for $50.
Yes.
And so you get
Whatever product they come here with a card. I'll give them the money. If they come here with $100, we give them 2 gift cards.
so they have
They have 3 of them. Then we'll give them whatever the equivalent dollar value.
very efficient.
The person that brought in the 12 guns actually got, how much did he get?
$1,250.
$1,250.
One took 1 month.
Let's get out of the way here. And although we're not inspecting them out here because they've already been inspected, they'll bring them out here, they'll tag them. She'll actually go on the computer to check the serial numbers to see if they're stolen. They'll be here, they'll be input to a system. Everything's recorded here. If they're found not to be stolen, then they're reported for destruction immediately.
Right.
They're tagged. You can see that we're putting guns into the carts. They're then going to be walked over to a sealed container. So I'll move you on. How many guns do you think we've taken in so far, September? Just a rough count.
I've done 24.
How many guns you done so far, Joanne?
About 36.
So we're over 50, almost 60.
So we're almost at 60, and the operation officially started 8 minutes ago.
Wow.
A guy walked up at 8:30 in a shopping cart with some guns, not even a car.
Yeah.
Wait, tell me about that.
That's the sheriff's photographer over there.
This is the first annual gun buyback program that's being offered countywide. as you are well aware that there are 5 other locations throughout the county today. One in Redlands, one in San Bernardino, one in Upland, one in Rialto, and there's also one going today in Barstow. This is just one of the 6 locations today. The response we've seen so far has been overwhelming. There's a line of cars, folks voluntarily turning in their unused or unneeded firearms. We've had some interesting stories from folks that they say they've inherited guns, they've had guns for a number of years, looking for a way to get rid of them in a lawful manner so that they didn't get stolen and they're used on the street against somebody else. So the support and the response has been overwhelming.
How did the idea come about to do it? I'm telling you about this a little bit. I know it's been done previously in other counties, and the stations do it on a station level, but how did it come about that you were going to start doing this countywide?
The police chiefs, the 10 police chiefs in the county, as well as myself, meet monthly. We had some discussions a couple months back about doing a countywide gun buyback program. The other cities, as you mentioned, San Bernardino's done one about 3 years ago, Redlands did one, but we decided that it would be a good idea to have one countywide so that there would be 6 locations throughout the county that people could come and turn in their firearms, making it more convenient so they didn't have to drive a long distance. So that's why we decided to do a countywide and offer it at 6 different locations throughout the county.
Some people have multiple weapons they're bringing in. One guy brought in 12, another brought in 5. Is that the kind of thing you're seeing as well?
We're seeing a lot of people come in with multiple weapons. There's some that come in with 1 or 2, but you're right. We did see a guy come in with 12 firearms. There's a number of them that have come in with 8, 10 firearms as well.
How soon do you plan the next one? I mean, how do you have talks about another one coming soon, or?
We haven't discussed when we're going to do the next one yet. We'll see how this one goes countywide, and we'll have some meetings to talk about that. And then we'll look at what the funding mechanism will be for the next one should we choose to do one in the future.
Do you have a goal or an expectation that you would like to see reached today?
We had no idea what to expect today. We purchased $100,000 worth of gift cards, and in talking just recently with the Redlands location, their response is similar to this one here in Victorville. So the response is overwhelming, and we may end up buying more gift cards to get through the day.
I noticed that it's supposed to start at 10, right? And at 9 o'clock the line is around the corner, basically. It seems like a lot of people want to take advantage of this program, to include the first person, I understand, who rolled up in a shopping cart with a weapon inside. So
there were a number of people here that were here about 8 o'clock, and it was scheduled to begin at 10, but the line was already starting to form at 8. We opened up early because the employees were ready to go. The other locations are experiencing similar things. It's just now after 10 o'clock, and all of them are already participating in the program. And as I mentioned, Redlands has already given out nearly 100 gift cards, and it's just a little after 10.
Jody had actually commented a little bit about where the guns go once you guys collect them. Can you elaborate on that? What happens with the guns once you guys collect them all?
Sure. All the firearms will be run through the stolen firearm system to make sure that they're not stolen. If any of them are stolen, they'll be returned to their rightful owners. If they're not stolen, they will ultimately be melted down at Temco in Fontana. That company will work with us and melt them from all 6 locations, and then the guns will be turned into reinforcement bar that'll be used in construction projects throughout the county through their Project Isaiah program.
So using a steel from that could be perceived as a negative and change it into a positive for the community.
Absolutely. Construction projects throughout the county.
And where's the funding coming from for this?
The funding for the gift cards initially was through the Prop 30 Safe Streets Act, the initiative that was passed by the voters. There was an allocation of money given to the cities to deal with the effects of AB 109 and realignment. The police chiefs in this county voted to delegate or designate $100,000 to this program countywide.
Anybody else? You're all good?